How you doing, YouTube? Matt with Massive Beer Reviews. Back with yet another review. Little collaboration reviewness in the form of Finback Brewings with Sand City Brewings. The Stop, Collaborate, and Listen. Yeah. Super excited to give us a whirl. Why? New beer. And it's a review. So, even old beers. Beers that I've had before I'm excited about. So, I should just stop saying it because it's redundant. But I'm all about redundancy. Anyway, super excited to give this a whirl. This beer comes courtesy of Keith. Thank you very much, Keith. My borough. Let's go borough hookup. My Northern Jersey other half borough hookup. He is quite generous to me. But he comes to my house, drops off beers. I get him way too tipsy with him and his girl, and things get fun. Let's put it that way. So thank you very much, Keith, for dropping things off. Super excited to give it a whirl. As far as what it says on the can itself, it says Finback, stop, collaborate, and glisten. Glisten. We'll get to that in a second. And a listen. India Pale Ale with Sand City Brewing. This is part of their New York City Beer Week. They came out with 4 beers. This is one of them. It is 7.7%, I think. Yeah, 7.7%. India Pale Ale. So up there in the double range. And it is dry hopped with Denali and Amarillo. Now, I said, kind of throwing me for a loop, I said, stop, collaborate, and glisten. I keep wanting to spout that out because one of my favorite beers of last year, that was the name of that. And that was a tart Belgian-esque sour aged in wine barrels from Night Shift and Noda Brewing. So if I slip that one out a couple times in this one, don't poop on me too much. Label-wise, I actually hate it. Really don't like it. I get what they're trying to go for here. I'm typically all about Finback's labels, but something about it is trying to be too abstract for its own good to where it just doesn't land for me. So yeah. What do I know? I know some things. But anyway, let's pour this in there, see what you've got. It says India Pale Ale. It's 7.7% alcohol by volume, and it's brewed with, what I say, Denali and, what did I say the other one was? Amarillo. So we'll see what happens with this. Pinky finger, a little over a pinky finger head, white as white could be, nice creamy top to it. Pretty uniform bubbles. So sand's a little neuroticness going on. It's got a vibrant yellowish glow to it. There's really not much darkness to this at all. It's all a big, vibrant yellow pile of juiciness, it looks like. So yeah. I've never had anything from Sand City before. I had my fair share of Finback. Finback does me right quite often, but I've had some ones that kind of took a left turn on me. So let's see what this nose has. Ooh. It's weird. These hops are coming off very, very murky, dirty, weedy. And not necessarily in a good way. Yeah. I get a little bit, very, very slight touch of citrus in here. And I'm getting this weed, but it's like wet, middy weed that has been smoked a little bit. I'm almost getting like, it's not bad, but it's not good either. It's that ranky-danky fucking reefer style nose to it, but the weed is like moldy weed, or like fucking like you smoked took a hit off the bowl and then let it sit for a little bit and went to go smoke it again. You get a slight little bit of like kind of like I don't want to say burnt taste, but a little bit of funkiness. There's a sweetness in here. There's like almost like there's a lot of negative descriptors coming out. It doesn't smell as bad, but almost like a rotten pineapple-y vibe. Yeah, nose-wise, not really doing it for me. There's a whole bunch of muddled, dark hoppiness in there. Almost like a bad batch of hops, let's put it that way. In the nose. Who knows what's going to go on in the mouth, but as of right now, the nose isn't doing it for me. It's just kind of a little bit, Let's dive in and see what the taste has. Taste is not nearly as bad. That weedy dankiness. Is there, but doesn't have a lot of those negative attributes. I was there in the nose. A little bit in there, but not nearly enough to kind of throw you off. The mouth feels surprisingly thin. When you actually go to taste it, you feel like, okay, I got this kind of creaminess thing coming at me, but when you go to swallow, it just shoots down Super clean and relatively thin. The bettering from those hops are there. They skew definitely, like I said, on the side of like weediness, but not overtly weedy. There's like a weedy character to it too, not weed, WEED, like WHEAT, weedy character to it. Almost like it was brewed with like an oats or a wheat. I'm almost guaranteeing that's in there. It's a weird beer. It's a weird beer. Yeah, it's not bad. It's just not great. But it's probably getting close to being okay. Let's put it that way for me. Yeah, and that's pretty much it. Mouthfeel is odd, and then you feel like you have a little bit of creaminess there, but then it finishes real quick. It does kind of, and the malt character is definitely weedy, oaty in style, and then the hops are definitely like a kind of like a weed, but not the best kind of weed in the world kind of vibes going on there, and that's pretty much it. So let's talk about it. It's one of the better IPAs I've had as of late. Definitely not. It's way too disjointed. Way too just kind of. It feels like two breweries didn't collab together. Felt like two breweries got together and said, "I want to do this. I want to do this," and just kind of brewed together as opposed to collab together. To where like I want to do this, I want to do that, instead of working together. That's what I get from this. Now, if that actually happened, how the fuck do I know? They could have been fucking, dancing together, giving out hugs. I don't know what the fuck's going on, but it tastes like disjointedness to me. And the flavor profiles are definitely off, and not typical of what I typically look for in a beer, combined with what I don't think is a very connective, well-made beer. Let's put it that way. As far as flavor profiles, putting them together. Value and availability, no idea. My buddy Keith gave it to me, so maybe he could chime in on that and just say if you like, what will you like this? If you like knowing what beers are like when they're disjointed, if you want to taste what it's like to have hypothetically two brewers clash when they're going to brew. I'm not saying that happened, but that's what I'm tasting. And just if you want to experiment on every style and every variant of every style of beer, just to see what beers can taste like. Like I said, it's not a bad beer. I'm probably going to drink the whole thing just because I want to see what happens and how it changes. But at the same time, it's just way too jointed for me to kind of get all hot and bothered over. So there you go. Another review in the books. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the review. If you didn't, down there, leave comments and shit. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Untapped, Massive Beers, and all four of those places if you want to check me out anywhere else. And hopefully you guys enjoyed the review. Hopefully you're enjoying a nice collaboration beer right now. And hope to see you next time. Cheers.